Hi, Benjamin Jaffe with SQ Law. We have a question here. Does the judge have to follow agreed sentencing recommendations for plea deals? In general, if they are agreed plea recommendations, yes, the judge is bound by the terms. If he accepts the plea, he or she accepts the plea, the judge does have to follow the terms that are agreed upon. Now, the caveat to that is sometimes not all terms are completely agreed upon. Just as an example, there may be an agreement as to the criminal charge that's being pled to or the counts, but there may not be an agreement as to the actual number in terms of the sentence, or there may be some open idea about where someone's placed. For example, we'll have pleas that call for a 2-year executed sentence, but that could mean anything from home detention to work release to prison. So there would be an open idea there about where the judge can do the placement. And that would mean your attorney is going to be arguing or presenting evidence on what they think is the best thing. The prosecutor is probably going to be in the same position where they're presenting what they think is the best thing. Most of the time we like plea agreements that have everything locked in so that our clients know exactly what they're getting into. That's one of the beauties of a plea agreement, is you have a certain amount of control that you've taken and you know where things are going. But it is difficult, and sometimes there's a strong disagreement about what is an appropriate sentence. And sometimes the prosecutor, I have a case right now, for example, where the prosecutor wants to ask for prison time. I want to ask for probation. I think I have a strong argument for that. I think there's good evidence for, that supports my reasoning, but it's the kind of criminal offense that they feel strongly about, and they want to make their, I suppose, their presentation to the court. So they've been reluctant to offer agreed terms completely. But most of the time you can come to agreed terms. You'll know exactly what you're getting into. The bottom line, though, is your attorney is obligated to explain to you what the possibilities are in a sentence. If your attorney's telling you this is a lock, this is what's going to happen, then that means it's set, and if the judge accepts it, has to do that. If your attorney's explaining to you there are terms that are open to argument and there are some things that are still left up to the judge, you need to understand why that is and what portion of the sentence that is and what the potential exposure is. And oftentimes your attorney's also going to explain to you their reasoning for asking for what they asked for. And oftentimes I'm telling my clients the likelihood it's going to go one way or the other. Sometimes I don't know for sure, but oftentimes you can look at the circumstances and have some bit of certainty about where it's going to go just based on your level of experience dealing with those types of offenses and maybe who the judge is and things like that. So agreed terms are just that, agreed terms that are locked in, but there are often open portions that you'll want to understand. And again, your attorney is obligated to explain to you what all those things are and what the possibilities are in a sentence, even if you have a plea agreement.